Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell by my Trans Am Phoenix sweatshirt, I am a fan of Smokey and the Bandit. Actually, in another video, see up there, I got a 79 Trans Am. And what made me think about this was our dear buddy, Jackie Gleason, who starred as Buford T. Justice in Smokey and the Bandit. If you haven't seen it, it's a classic. Oh, Buford T. Justice. Anyway, all right, so I got a little off point. I'm sorry. Today, what are we doing today, Ben? Well, today we're gonna do a valve body and a 2006 Mini Cooper S. So this customer came in and he said that he had a CVT. I'm like, you don't have a CVT? Would you like to know why? And an easy way to tell is at the bottom of the transmission right here, if that oil pan is black, then it's an Ace and Warner. It is not the CVT. If it's brass looking or gold, then it's a CVT. But they did not put this CVT transmission in a Cooper S. Never seen one. Can't handle the power. So, of the supercharger. So anyway, they put these in 2002 up to 2006. If it's a hatchback, that's when they did the conversion. But if it's a convertible, they made these up to 2008. So just a little tech tip for you there. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the valve body because of the shifting characteristics. It's really bad, and I'm going to update it with this guy. Look how these beautiful little solenoids here. I'm going to show you the difference, the comparison between. On the old one, it's going to have all the solenoids are going to be big, just like this one, all the way across. And so in 2007, they updated the transmission, and with that update, they updated the valve body, and they no longer have those shifting problems that they did. Second gen has the K3 clutch pack, so that rips or tears. So that's the problem that one has. This one has a different one. So this actually has very low mileage, like 58,000 miles. So because of that, and how I diagnose transmission stuff is the seat of my pants. I go drive it and see how it shifts. And I'm open with the customer saying, listen, when we look at this transmission, here I got one, little cage right here. If you can see, but all the friction discs are gonna be stacked up in here. It's like pancakes stacked up, you can't see because you're looking at the side. So I can't tell if it's burned up or whatever, but based on the mileage, and it wasn't shifting so bad. It was shifting harsh, jerking, but it wasn't flaring and like burned up type thing. So I feel it's a good candidate just to do the valve body. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. And we got a little Smokey and the Bandit in there. And hopefully this records, and I'll be able to upload. So today, I was able to upload the video. It was 1.5 minutes, but we should be going. So my goal here is to, basically, I'm gonna bend this tab down, get a screw jack, push it up, drop the pan, and do everything right here. I'm not gonna go crazy and drop subframe and all that other jazz. Ain't nobody got time for that. We gotta get this job done. And so, yeah, I will probably just put myself on warp speed now and gonna drain it. Obviously, it's gonna get it fluid flush, and we'll go from there. And a little tech tip too is if you're doing something like this for the first time, once you drop that pan, take a picture of it so you know where all the wires go. Because I've had guys work for me and it's on the bench, we're rebuilding the transmission, and I come back just to inspect and they got wires going every which way. I'm like, this day and age, everybody's got a phone, everybody's got a camera, just boom, hit a picture of it and then you can check it. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, and we'll go from there, okay? See you at warp speed. wanted to take a tranny shower today because that's no fun when transmission fluid is running down your armpit. But I want you to see what I did. You may notice the car go up, the car go down. Let's just take the transmission motor mount out, and then right here, little T30 little bolt right there to get out. And as you can see, I got all the rest of them. I got one there and one there, but once you get this out, that bolt and the rest of them, panel drop, and then we can get to work on dropping the valve body. But this little guy, I never put the Torx back in that one. I always put the 10mm because I can get a swivel on there and it's easier. And I don't know why they do that there anyway, but yeah, we get this guy on there, little swivel, get up in that corner and just tighten her up. So I just want to show you that little trick. Like I said, I bent this down, took the transmission bolt out, so now we can push up on it and be able to get back up in there. So just want to show you that. All right, cool. We'll keep going. And I'm just going to show you what we're doing here with my light. Oh yeah, can you find it? Can you find it in there? Yeah, it's right there. So basically this is our valve body. We're going to take this little lever right here off. We're going to undo all these solenoids, the wire. There's a temperature sensor right there, and then 2 8s, but the rest of them are 10s. And we're going to drop it, and then there's an accumulator that's up in here that you can't see right now. We'll make sure that gets back in there too. A lot of times if you get a transmission with fault code S1 or S2, that's these two guys right here. So you can just replace just those and it'll be good. But I'll show you, see how big those solenoids are. I'm going to show you the difference when we compare it. But I probably got, you know, another couple minutes to do this and drop it. Like I said, take a picture of where all the wires go. They're gonna lay right where they should go, so it shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, white goes to white, blue goes to blue, and then there's 3 that come around here that wrap, and then there's 3 that go around there that wrap, and then these 2. That's basically it. So, all right, when we get back to it. All right, we're back. Got the valve body out. Got a little mess on the floor, which is to be expected, but looks pretty clean up in there. Remember the accumulator I was telling you about? That's this guy right here, and he goes up in that hole right there. And the wires are just gonna hang where they hang. But this is why I wanted to show you the difference and the reason why I replaced the valve body. Is see how big these solenoids are here compared to these little guys. So that was an update that was done on Mini Cooper in 2007. So I always put a 2010 valve body in it. It's the VIN that I use to order it. So that's what I use, and that's what fixes the problem. The problem with these solenoids right here is they bleed internally, and that's why we get cattywampus shifting. You know, typically it'll shift fine when it's cold. For the first 20 minutes it's perfect, and then after that it'll start flaring and banging and bucking and doing all kinds of stuff. So the reason why I use the dealership valve body is because they've been put on a flow bench, and these guys got this thing dialed in. The last one that I did, I don't know if I made a video of that, but the last one I did, the customer is very hesitant Same thing, car had like 60,000 miles on it, but hesitant to put so much money into it because, you know, it's an older car, this or that. And I couldn't guarantee that it was gonna fix the problem because, you know, when we look up in there, I can't see the condition of the clutch packs. I mean, I see the side of them. The fact that it's not like all dirty up in there is a good sign, but you know, I can't guarantee it. So that job turned out great. Let me tell you, I was impressed, and I've done a lot of these. So the customer comes, picks up the car. I'm like, you may notice the first 200 miles, it may buck and flare and do some stuff because it's relearning its adaptation process. And basically what that is when it learns your driving profile. So after about 200 miles, you shouldn't have any of that. And he called me like an hour after he picked up the car saying, you won't believe it, it's doing that again. I'm like, you're kidding me. Because I drive these things like 30, 40 miles to ensure that it doesn't, you know, quality control. And he's like, I'm just killing with you. This thing is beautiful, man. Haven't heard from him since. So he was in love with it. I think this is what's gonna happen with this one. Like I said, the reason why I use it, not only because there's a warranty, but also because these guys got it dialed in on the flow bench and they got everything just perfect for it. So I've seen on other, what you call it, you know, you can buy these things cheap, like on Amazon, eBay and stuff for 600 bucks, quote unquote rebuilt. Years ago, I went rounds with that and customers trying to save money, trying to help them out. But this is the best thing that I found. So my recommendation is spend the money if you have this type of problem and put a valve body in it, because you'll be thanking yourself. And it's gonna last, you know, in 100,000 miles, do another fluid change. These things don't go bad once it's got the update. I got something on my mouth here. Sorry, you know, I don't look at myself too often. So anyway, so I'm just gonna let this drain for a little bit so I don't take that transmission shower, and clean it all up, and then throw that new guy in there and go from there. Reset up to adaptations. And the only other thing I'm doing on this guy is an oil change. Oh yeah, that's right. One of this connector right here that goes up in there was leaking internally, so I'm replacing that too. I'm glad I remembered to do that now. So I'll do that while this thing drains down. Probably let it drain for like a half hour, wipe everything down, and then put some trans gel on it, put this accumulator back up in there. You know, it can get tiring, believe me, to do all this stuff over your head, holding that valve body, but we'll get it done. All right, I'm gonna stop for now, and I'll be back. All right, we're back after some finagling to get that connector in. You can see up here, I don't know how well you can see the connector, but it's moist. Talking about this guy right there, I'm shining the light on. It's moist. We should have no moisture in here. I'll try to get it here. You can see it, you know, it's tough to get all that stuff down there in the bottom of that connector. See, that's all wet. You shouldn't have that. What happens is it'll bleed through, and once it bleeds through, it'll start giving random codes and causing shifting problems and stuff. So I got that in. Now I'm just gonna put the new valve body back up, plug everything in, wrap it up. 5 quarts new fluid. It holds 6. Putting 5 in because there's about a quart and a half that gets stuck in the torque converter. So we're gonna do that, and then do the oil change, reset the adaptations for the transmission, and this guy will be done. So you're going to warp speed right now. So I had a little trouble getting that thing back in. Yeah, it happens. But I got the cover back on. I'm getting ready to drain it. As I said, I moved the little T30s around to easier to do. But guess what, guys? It's lunchtime. So I'm gonna take a little break, come back and wrap it up. All right. Hey guys, I'm back. I think when I left off this video, I was going to lunch and then a bunch of people came in and I ate really quick and I totally forgot to film me wrapping it up. But this car's all wrapped up, did an oil service on it as well. And now I'm just hooking up to reset the adaptations on the transmission and it should be good to go. So I'll probably just end it today. It's about 3 o'clock right now, and go for a nice little long test drive, make sure everything's working like it should, and then give it back to the customer. So thanks for joining me today. If you have questions about what I've done, leave them in the comments, and I probably won't respond in the comments per writing, but just make a video about the comments. So anyway, thanks so much. See you next time.